You talked about like breaking generational curses. Let's dive in. What does that mean? What does that look like?
So it looks like this is what my parents did, my grandparents did. It kind of messed me up, but it stops here, right? I do the work, I do the healing, I go back and cut it off at its root. Um, I'll give an example, if I may, for myself, right? So
Yeah, sure.
we come from a very I come from a very dominant background. Whether it was really off kilter, and I hope this is allowed on the podcast, but abusive. But then we also come from just being rough. Like, I don't know if you ever
Right.
saw Tyler Perry, Medea. That
Yeah,
was my
yeah.
grandma,
Grew up
right?
on. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. And so
Hello.
yes, my grandmother literally was the real life version of Medea. And I love her. She was an amazing legend, but
Amazing.
it was just rough. It was heavy handed, right? And so now I'm in a blended family, and there's a little guy here, and I don't want to be rough, you know? I want to be balanced. So knowing that there were good things that came from my past, but stopping that heavy handed, you're nothing, you're just a child, don't be heard. You should only be seen. You have no space to say how you feel because it doesn't matter. And so working on that to give him a different environment. That's one generational curse that is very close to my heart, is the environment that we create for him to grow up in that's different and balanced.
How how does one identify generational curses beyond just saying, yeah, you know what, my mom messed me up? Because that could just be her bad, your mom messing you up. I would think you would look for patterns. Is that correct,
Yeah, yeah.
or what
So,
does it
so
look
like,
like?
yeah, what my mom did, my grandmother, great grandmother, all of them, they did it, and it had this effect on me. So instead of me perpetuating, right, and doing the same thing to a future generation, I say it stops with me. I'm going to do the inner work that I need to do because sometimes it came from a sad place, you know? A lot of times it came from a sad place, a depressive place where our parents were struggling with a lot and they took things out on us, right? Um, so yeah, that's yeah, definitely looking
Right.
at patterns. Definitely looking at patterns.
Yeah, and I think like I've been recently going through that of me and my siblings is looking at patterns in our sides of the family and realize, oh, the woman in our family is this way, the men in our family is this way, the kids are this way.
Yes,
There's a definite pattern there. We have to stop this here. We have to go in the spirit and we have
that's
to
it.
kill it at the root. But
Yes,
what also comes with that is given, I would say, our parents, our ancestors grace,
yes,
knowing that like they were kids growing up too. They're still like we fail to look at our parents and realize that they're just coming into themselves too,
that's true.
right?
That's very true. That's very true. That grace is so important. So,
You
so
know,
important. Because we hope
so
that future generations would have the same with us, right?
exactly. I hope they do, right? Because and that's also grace, knowing that I ain't perfect, right? Like like I'm pretty and that's what it is from generation to generation. Every kid is trying to improve upon,
Right.
right?
Right.
Because
That part.
you're not gonna figure it all out. So don't
No.
stress yourself trying to do that whatsoever.